Hello, this is the RPG Crawler with my CRPG News Roundup for July 26, 2025, where each week I take a look back at the week in computer and console role-playing game news and bring you the highlights. And we will start with sad but not unexpected news. Julianne LeFay has passed after a battle with cancer. One of the creators of the Elder Scrolls series, I had literally just covered him stepping down from the Wayward Realms development last week due to health issues. Well, I guess he did not have that long to last. He has left a lasting impression on the RPG scene through the legacy of his work, especially through the Elder Scrolls series and the Bethesda Game Studios, which, although he left a while back, still continues on to this day. And then it looks like Spiders Games is going to be laying off some people, especially in the animation and rigging team section. They had been behind such games as Steel Rising and Greedfall, which, although interesting, probably didn't really meet, didn't really sell super well, especially Greedfall 2. Hopefully the talent will be able to find some work, because it looks like they did at least try to do good things, and succeeded sometimes. I usually don't cover things like this in this early development, but it looks like CD Projekt Red is looking on to work on something called Project Hadar. It looks like it'll be an action RPG, which isn't much to go on, and the name can be hit or miss in terms of guessing what it'll be, but it's good to see that they're branching out. Elden Ring, Night Rain, looks like it'll add a new update on July 30th. It'll add specific two-player expeditions to the game across all platforms, and include various quality of life improvements as well. Some classic D&D games are coming to Steam. Dungeons & Dragons Dragon Shard and Forgotten Realms Demon Stone are coming to Steam in the middle of next month. Dragon Shard is a real-time strategy RPG set in Eberron, while Demon Stone was a sort of action RPG with 3 playable characters. I remember playing that, but it was like so generic I can't for the life of me remember what it was about. Anyway, there's also a Humble Bundle up with a bunch of classic D&D titles available at the moment, and I actually just picked this up even though I already have a number of them just because there was some in there I didn't have. It's mostly just Steam keys for things like the Gold Box games, Silver Box games, that sort of thing. Sengoku Dynasty is getting a console release next month. It looks like it'll hit the PS5 and the Xbox Series X/S on August 21st. It has been available on PC since last year. Nicktoons and the Dice of Destiny has a release date. It looks like it'll drop on September 30th for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X/S, and the Nintendo Switch. It'll be a co-op action RPG starring a number of the Nickelodeon cartoons. Luctus is looking to launch in quarter 3 of this year. It will be a side-scrolling RPG about 2 friends seeking to hunt a creature that caused their father's death. Borderlands 4 is getting a Switch 2 release. It looks like it'll target October 3rd for its release. It'll be a little bit after the expected September 12th release for PC and other consoles. Action roguelike Out of Time was announced. It'll hit early access on Epic Games sometime this fall. It will be a multiplayer roguelike set after an event that fuses various time periods into a single battleground. Ex Sanguis was announced, and it will be a strategy roguelike set in this and done in the style of Other Side, which is another game from the same studio. It looks like it'll hit Steam Early Access first. The Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon is set to release on January 15th of 2026. It'll target the PC, PS4 and 5, and the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. It'll feature a few returning protagonists from prior Trails series since it is the 20th anniversary kind of setup. As far as actual releases go, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers saw its release. It is an action RPG with Souls-like elements set during the late Ming Dynasty. Arhikon is a dungeon crawler with roguelike elements featuring turn-based play. You lead your various minions through dungeons to find various treasures, face off against enemies, and more. Slayer, the demon-haunted world, is an action RPG from an isometric view in which a white-haired girl is the only one who can stand against darkness. It looks like it'll depend on tile-based tactical movement. Then, Demons Told Me to Make This Game is a Lovecraftian narrative adventure. I'm not sure how much of an RPG it is, although it has a lot of elements that have been attributed to RPGs in the past, where you play a disembodied spirit who can possess people and influence their behavior. A Roguemon is a creature-collecting roguelite where you gather up creatures and battle them in an attempt to escape from an eternal prison. Necro Dungeon is a first-person hack-and-slash action RPG dungeon crawler with retro graphics and roguelike elements such as procedural generation. Finally, there is Kragen Rock, a shopkeeper crafting sim where you create and sell gear and is the new blacksmith in town. And with that, let's take a look at crowdfunding campaigns. Remember that contributing to a crowdfunding campaign should be done only at your own risk. Doing so is no guarantee of receiving a product. Mentioned here is not an endorsement, but is for informational purposes only, and a few titles caught my eye this week. There's Veil Walkers, which will be a dark fantasy roguelike deck builder with upgradable cards. Soul World will be a cozy fantasy sandbox with multiple professions, the ability to pick up spirit companions, non-instance housing, and so forth. I believe it'll be multiplayer. I'm not sure exactly on the details. I probably should have read more into it. Finally, there is Jackpot Dungeon, which looks to be a dungeon crawler with gambling mechanics, a roguelite where a slot machine-based gameplay is your only weapon. And on that note, I will call it up here. It's going to be a short one this week. You know, these RPG News Roundups have been very short for the CRPG News ones. But hey, I don't want to pad it out too much. This has been the RPG Crawler. As always, links will be below. If you like what you see, remember to leave a like, comment on your feedback, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.
And if you are still watching, I would like to take the opportunity to thank my supporters, the top tiers of which are listed on the screen, without whose support I would not have been able to offer the variety of content that I have on this channel throughout the years. If you're feeling particularly generous and would like to join them, you can support the channel. There are a variety of options to do so. I have a Patreon, a Subscribe Star, as well as channel memberships enabled. If you are not in a position to contribute, simply leaving a like, a comment, or sharing my videos are all wonderful ways to help the channel grow without spending a dime, and are all greatly appreciated.